Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel Promotion for Sure. In this video, we are going to talk about Chapter 24 Performance Management of Module C Human Relationship Management from Advanced Bank Management course CAIIB. If you like this video, you can press the like button, subscribe to our channel and share it on social media. Help us to spread education in this beautiful world. Now in this lecture, you are going to understand the objectives and uses of the performance appraisal system, gain familiarity with the different appraisal methods, learn the techniques of performance review and feedback, appreciate the counseling process and its importance in motivating people, characterize an effective performance appraisal system, understand the significance of competence at work, competency mapping, and assessment of competency and potential through assessment centers and behavioral event interview techniques. Now, when we talk about performance of employees is the key to the success of an organization. The main purpose of human resource development is to develop people in the organization and to ensure that an atmosphere is created and maintained in which the employees contribute their best. Now, Hale defines H-E-Y-E-L. Hale. He defines performance appraisal as a process of evaluating the performance and qualification of an employee in terms of requirement of the job for which they are employed, for the purpose of administration, including placement, selection for promotion, providing financial rewards, and other actions which require differential treatment among the members of group as distinguished from the action affecting all members equally. Now, what are different appraisal systems? We all know that performance appraisal is an organization necessity. Various appraisal systems have been evolved over a period of time. The systems vary from simple to complex, from vague to objective, from unstructured to structured, from confidential to open. So it is upon the organization which may devise its own method of appraisal system. So what are the basic objectives of performance appraisal system? As observed by McGregor, the performance appraisal meets the three basic needs. First is judgmental, for salary increase, transfers and promotions. Second is developmental, telling an employee how he is doing and suggesting changes in his skills, attitudes and behavior. Third, counseling by the superior, for giving feedback and understanding problems for poor performance. The overall objective of performance appraisal is to improve the efficiency of the organization. What are the uses of performance appraisal? Now it rates all the employees in a unified manner using the same rating scale. Thus, you can compare employees on a common footing. It provides information which could be very critical while deciding on promotion, pay increase, transfers, training, etc. It provides information about the areas of weakness of the employee to enable initiation of corrective steps. It improves the quality of supervision as the supervisor becomes a keen observer. The system, if implemented with openness and trust, ensures better interpersonal relationship between the employee and the supervisor. So what is the performance appraisal process? Now there are certain steps which comes in the evaluation process, such as the process begins with organizational setting the performance standards in advance. These standards should be clear, realistic and measurable. It is advisable to involve line managers in the exercise as they understand the nuances and nitty-gritty of the job. The performance standards then are required to be communicated to the employees. The next stage is to measure the performance. It can be done through data available with the department, personal observation and feedback from the appraisee. Performance level of the employee is then compared with the benchmark or standard already established. The outcome is discussed with the employee, emphasizing the strong points and counseling him on the weak points. The last step is to initiate corrective measures and act on the positive performance by deciding on various incentives like increment, promotion, training need, etc. So, what are different methods of performance appraisal? Now, normally they can be grouped as traditional methods and modern methods. Traditional method emphasize on rating the individual's personality traits. However, the modern methods lay importance on the result, job achievement, rather than on personality. So if I have to divide two methods of appraisal into traditional and modern, traditional methods would include free form essay method, straight ranking method, comparison method, grading method, graphic rating scale, or linear rating scales. Forced choice description method, forced description method, group appraisal method. If I talk about modern methods, it's assessment center workshop, management by objective, human asset accounting method, behavioral anchored rating scales, and 360-degree appraisal method. So if I have to quickly talk about all these methods, let me talk first about the traditional method. What is free form essay method? It is totally unstructured method of appraisal. In this, the appraiser makes a free-form, open-ended appraisal of the employee. It gives absolute freedom to the superior to write about the job, knowledge, employee's attitude, development needs, etc. The only drawback is that it could lead to totally subjective evaluation. The second method is straight ranking method. It is the oldest and simplest method of performance appraisal. The relative position of each employee is assessed. People are rated in order of merit and placed in grouping. Third, comparison method. It is a modification of the earlier method where each employee is compared on certain selected factors such as leadership initiative. This is known as factor comparison method. Fourth is grading method. It is a simple method which certain features are considered for grading such as analytical ability, job knowledge. Certain scales are then decided and the employees is graded on those features on the scale. Fifth, graphic or linear rating method. This is another commonly used method. It considers two factors, employee characteristics and its contribution. Sixth, forced choice description and forced distribution model. This method forced the superior to make his choices. The underlying idea is to minimize the bias. The employee is rated on predetermined distribution scale. And the seventh one is group appraisal method. It is a method in which employees are rated by a group of appraisers consisting of immediate supervisor and 3 or 4 others who have some knowledge of the performance of the employee. What are modern methods? Assessment center workshops. This is a modern method of assessment. It is a radically different method from traditional appraisal techniques. Now, if you talk about the modern methods, management by objective also comes into picture. Now, what is management by objective? Now, this method attempts to minimize external controls and emphasizes on the motivational level of the employees. It is sought through joint goal setting and the employee participation in decisions that directly affect him. The objective of MBO is to change the behavior and attitude in respect of getting the results. It is a result-oriented system. The system emphasizes on goals achievement rather than the method involved. So what is the process of MBO? First, the organization goals are set up and clearly stated in measurable targets. Now, these goals have to be realistic and achievable. Second is the goal setting process is a joint process. Short-term performance goals are set jointly by the employees and their superiors. Third, there are frequent reviews of performance through one-to-one meeting. Fourth, sharing of feedback in each meeting helps in altering the course of action if required. So what are the advantages of MBO? It involves participative approach in goal setting. It enhances motivational level of employees. It creates atmosphere of competition within the organization for enhanced performance. It provides objective appraisal method. Problems can be identified in the early stages through reviews and feedback sessions. Disadvantages of MBO: it is a system which concentrates on results and not on the process. It may lead to unhealthy competition among the employees. It may create conflicting situation where it comes to goal setting. Another method is human asset accounting method. In this method, the employee of the organization are treated as human capital and money estimates are attached to the value of organizational personnel, and it is external goodwill. Another method is called behavioral anchored rating scales, which is BARS. This is a new appraisal techniques. The job are described through illustration or by giving critical incidents of effective and ineffective performance. Now, based on these incidents, a rating scale is devised. A set of incidents are used as behavioral anchors for the performance dimensions. The last modern technique of appraisal is 360-degree appraisal method. It refers to full circle all around the employees and the employee is in center. Under this appraisal system, an employee is rated by the people who are affected by the performance of the employee and the adequate knowledge about his working and performance. The appraisal is generally done by seniors, colleagues, subordinates, suppliers, customers, and all the stakeholders. What are the characteristics of good performance appraisal? It should be objective, transparent, provide timely feedback, provide opportunity for self-appraisal, identify the potential and needs of the employees, discriminate between high and low performers, perceived as an effective tool for enhancing employees' potential. So let me ask you certain questions which I want you to answer in the description box below. Question number 1, you need to answer whether it's true or false. 1. Performance appraisal is not required in most of the organization because performance cannot be measured objectively. The statement is true or false. You need to answer this. Question number 2. Performance appraisal system can be widely used for employees' development. Question number 3. Appraisers do not devote much time on appraisal due to their busy schedule. Question number 4. There is no need to make the system open and transparent. It may spoil the relationship at workplace. Question number 5. The system generally suffers from halo effect. Question number 6. Performance and potential appraisal are more or less the same. Question number 7. Performance appraisal has no other use except that in case of promotions. Question number 8. MBO process does not involve seeking participation. Question number 9. The appraisal system cannot be made objective. Question number 10. There is always a halo effect in appraising an employee. Question number 11. BARTs evaluate the performance in terms of critical employee behavior. Question number 12. When the boss does not know the work done by an employee, the central tendency effect takes place. Now, what is performance review and feedback? What is appraisal interview? What is preparation for review? Now, preparation refers to obtaining information by the superior before he actually appraises the performance of the subordinate. Appraisal interview refers to the meeting of the appraiser and the appraisee for getting information and clarification for the purpose of appraising the performance. Giving feedback without hurting the personal feeling is an art. The points covered above in respect of appraisal interview are so relevant for giving feedback to the employee. So these are certain things which the supervisor needs to take care while giving the feedback to the employee. Now, what does counseling means? Counseling means giving feedback. Superior decides to do the role of counselor where he comes to the conclusion that the performance of the employee requires immediate and major corrective actions. Counseling has been defined as an activity where one individual uses a set of skills to help another to take responsibility for and to manage his own work behavior related decision making. Now, what is the counseling process? What is the main objective? It is to communicate to employee the feedback of the performance and expectations and help the employee to understand the area of concern with the sole objective of improvement of his performance. Let me ask you certain questions. You can answer this in the description box below. Question number 1. Giving feedback is an art. The appraiser should avoid criticism of the person and focus on his performance. Question number 2. Conducting appraisal interview is waste of time. Question number 3. Even negative feedback can help an employee to improve his performance. Question number 4. Counseling of low performers do not yield any results. Question number 5. The main purpose of performance review is to do mid-course correction. Question number 6. Counseling does not help an individual to realize his problems and issues which are acting as hurdle in his performance. Now, there are various ways to identify and measure the competency level of an employee. And competency can be measured in different ways, especially at the time of interview. So I hope this video would have given you a lot of insight. One more topic which I want to cover is behavioral event interview. Now, a behavioral event interview is a structured interview technique that is used to collect information about the past behavior. It is a technique based on the premise that the best predictor of future behavior is the past behavior. In this, questions are asked about the past behavior of an employee. So I hope this video will certainly help you to get a lot of information from on this chapter. Thank you.